Hello, welcome back to my channel and a very special welcome if you're new here. My name is Jen and this is Jen Clayton Beauty. We do everything beauty and makeup, and that includes testing new makeup. I am about to receive my subscription boxes for this month, so we're gonna test out all of the makeup that I either purchased or received in subscription boxes last month. We're gonna round that out, finish that up in today's video. I actually have 4 new makeup products to test out with you. So if you're excited, give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not, turn your bell on because I upload lots and lots of new videos every single week. I will link all of the new makeup that we're using today down below for you if you're interested in picking any of it up for yourself, as well as my favorite beauty subscription boxes, even the ones that this makeup came in, discounts to my favorite indie brands, all of the other makeup that I'm wearing today if you would like to shop my completed look, and come follow me over on TikTok for more beauty and makeup. So let's first talk about the 4 products we're testing out today, then I'll zoom you in and we'll test all of this new makeup. So the first thing that we're testing is this contour. So this is actually from ZC Cosmetics. This came in my ice cream beauty box. This is the Palace Identity Blossom Contour Warm Gold. Now this says contour, but this is a bronzer. It's a bronzer. Contouring for me would be a deeper shade than I would use in a bronzer. Let me show you what this looks like. So it comes in this bag, and look at the component. I showed this in my unboxing. The component is absolutely stunning. I mean, ZC Cosmetics makes some beautiful components. And like I said, in the video, the pan embossing in this is gorgeous. There's some roses embossed. You've got your deeper shade, a little bit lighter kind of gold shade, and then the center of the flowers has this really pretty just pop of white. And like I said, for me, this is a contour, a bronzer shade, because it's definitely not dark enough for contour. And honestly, I don't really contour. I use a cream bronzer, which I've already applied today. The cream bronzer I'm using will be down below in the description box for you. So I'm going to use this as bronzer, powder bronzer, rather than contour. I have 2 lip products. First, I have the NYX Duck Plumping Gloss. This I've heard is intense on the lips, so we're gonna test that out. And then from Medusa's Makeup, which is an indie brand, I have the cruelty-free and vegan tinted lip balm in the shade Social. So we'll try out the plumping lip gloss, and we'll try out the Medusa's lip balm. And the eyeshadow palette that we're using, I'm so excited about. This came in my ice cream beauty box. It's from the indie makeup brand Moonslice Beauty. I've never tried this brand. I've heard amazing things about it. And this is the Blue Moon palette. So this is a 100% blue purple palette. I can't wait to put this on my eyes. I'm so excited to test out Moonslice Beauty, and I love a good blue purple look. So let me zoom you in and let's get started. I've done all of my base makeup. I have set my face with powder. The only things I haven't done are my powder bronzer, powder blush, and highlight. We're gonna do all of that together, and that's where this guy comes in. So we're gonna test out the ZC Cosmetics Palace Identity Blossom Contour in Warm Gold. So I'm going to pick that up on a fluffy brush. I'm hoping that it's not super luminescent because it does have a little bit of luminosity in the pan. And I'm going to tap that on. I'm not seeing anything. I'm even focusing my brush as much as I can in the deeper shade. Yeah, I'm not getting anything out of this. Literally nothing out of this. It set my cream bronzer, but for me, it really just looks like a warm toned powder rather than a bronzer. Luckily, I have cream bronzer on, so that's gonna save this look. This is not for me. I don't know if it's the shade. Maybe the shade is a little bit too light for me. I mean, the packaging and everything is absolutely beautiful. It comes in, again, this cute little bag, but it's just not the right shade for me. And that's the thing with Ice Cream Beauty is you don't have a profile, so they don't know what your skin tone is. So when they include things like this, it's a little hard because it's not going to work for everyone's skin tone, and unfortunately, it does not work for mine. So I'm actually going to pass this along to someone that I think it may be a better fit for. For my blush today, this is one I've been loving. This is Kosas, and this is in the shade Hype. It is such a beautiful kind of shimmery blush. And because we're doing a blue look, I want to go with a pink blush. So I'm going to tap that on Isn't that beautiful? It has just a little bit of glow to it. So if you're not someone who loves highlight, you can use a blush like this one from Kosas and it'll serve as a glowy blush and you won't have to necessarily use a highlight. Now I love highlighter, so I'm going to do a highlight as well. But this is such a beautiful shade. Again, this is Hype from Kosas. Like I said, I'll have all of the other makeup that I'm wearing, including the blush, linked down below for you. And for my highlighter, the one that I can't stop reaching for is the new one from Fenty Beauty. This is in Pretty Pearls. This is an absolutely incredibly stunning highlight. I mean, it is so beautiful. Look at that. And it just sinks right into the skin. I always say that I hate a highlight that sits on top of the skin, and this one just sinks right in. It's so absolutely stunning and beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous? The Fenty highlighter in Pretty Pearls, the Kosas blush in Hype, such a gorgeous, gorgeous combination. I'm quickly going to set my face, all my powder products, with my Ulta Beauty Glow Mist. Dry that down and we'll get started on our eyeshadow look. As always, I'm going to prime my eyes with my MAC Paint Pot in Painterly. I am so excited about this palette from Moonslice Beauty. Like I said, this is a brand I've heard amazing, amazing things about. So with this palette, you can do a full monochromatic blue look. I want to pop in some of the purples because purples are hard to formulate. They're often patchy, and really those are kind of the deepest shades in the palette. That's what's going to help add depth to our look. So we're going to use some of the light mid-tone deep mattes and as many shimmers as possible. So the shade names of this palette are actually on the back. So I'm going to start with this light blue matte called Ocean, and I'm going to put that in my crease and pop that above my crease as well. I do have slightly hooded eyes, so I do want to be able to see that shade Ocean with my eyes open. And I'm just going to blend, 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 diffuse that out. That is pretty much the lightest matte in the palette. So I want to be able to really diffuse that out, so it's just not too intense as that crease shade. Now this is going on beautifully. It is also diffusing out with ease. I can really just keep going back and forth and diffuse that out, which is exactly what I was looking for in this shade. It's really, really beautiful. And then I'm going to go into this shade here called Ink. It's kind of a blurple shade, and I'm going to put that on the outer corner. Oh yeah, that is pretty. That is really pretty. That's kind of a cobalt blue with a tiny hint of purple. That's a beautiful shade. Definitely unique to my massive eyeshadow palette collection. And like I said, I'm just going to focus that on the outer portion of my eye, and that's really just going to help add in some depth. And then back into the shade Ocean, I'm just going to use that to blend out the edges. First of all, this shade Ink in my outer corner is absolutely beautiful. It is such a pretty shade, very unique, very, very, very beautiful on the eyes. As always, my NYX glitter glue, I'm going to pop some of that on my lid, and then we get to test out these shimmers. As always, I want to do a shimmer with my finger and a shimmer with a brush just to show you both application methods. So I'm going to start with this shade in the middle called Mist. Look how pretty that is. It's purple, but it has a little bit of a blue shift to it. And I'm actually going to put that all over my lid with the exception of just this inner portion. Oh my gosh, this is so incredibly beautiful. Wow, that is so pretty. That is some shifty multi-chrome goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad I used this shade. It is so beautiful. Like I said, I have a massive eyeshadow palette collection, and this shimmer is also unique to my collection. It's absolutely exquisite. And then with a brush, we're going to pick up this shimmer shade called Fancy, which is this kind of teal turquoise shimmer, and that I'm going to place right next to that beautiful multi-chrome on the inner portion of my lid, and then pulling that over to meet that other shimmer. This is so fun. Oh my gosh. This actually pairs beautifully with the shade in our crease, that teal shade in our crease. So gorgeous, so sparkly. And lastly, I'm going to go in the shimmer called Frosty. It's a navy shimmer, and I'm just going to pop a little of that on the outer corner next to this deep dark shade. this deep dark matte, just again to add that little bit of depth in the shimmer. So we've got the navy, the purple, and the teal green. Absolutely in love, in love. And then using the matte called Blue, I'm going to tap that off and buff it on my lower lash line. I did want to pull a little bit more of the blues into the look. And then going into this beautiful blue shimmer called Winter, I'm going to pop that right on top of the matte and blend it out. That was definitely a good decision. You can see that it added a little bit more teal to my lower lash line. And then for my inner corner highlight, I 1,000,000% am using this shimmer shade here called Night. It is a really, really icy white blue. Oh yeah, that is so pretty. Oh my gosh, I'm blown away with this palette. And then last but not least, without any added shadow on my brush, that big fluffy brush, I'm just going to give everything a quick final blend. So here's the completed look. Let me do a liner and mascara and I'll be back. I'll give you my thoughts on the Moonslice Beauty Palette and then we'll test out the 2 lip products. So here's the completed eye look. I just added some mascara as well as some liner. Again, the liner mascara is linked down below. And let me quickly just tell you my thoughts on this. I think it was pretty obvious when I was using it. This is a gorgeous palette. My eye look is stunning. It's absolutely beautiful. I actually wish I was going somewhere fun today to show off this eye look because it's so absolutely gorgeous. I love that I was able to use the blues, the purples, everything just works cohesively together. The mattes are amazing. The shimmers are amazing. I love that there's multi-chromes, duochromes. I mean, we used most of the shimmers in this palette and quite a few of the mattes and they all performed like a dream. That makes me really excited for Moonslice Beauty. Definitely a brand on my radar. And again, that's the Moonslice Beauty Blue Moon eyeshadow palette. I will link it for you. And I was thinking that I was gonna do the NYX Duck Plump first, but I've heard that this is pretty painful. And I'm thinking I wanna do it after. Like I don't wanna put it on, have my lips be on fire, and then test out the Medusa's Makeup Balm. So we're actually going to do that first. And again, that's in the shade Social. It's a pretty just kind of pink shade. Looks like a typical lip balm applicator. So I don't know if this is going to give us a slight wash of color or full color, but let's test it out. It doesn't have any scent. It's definitely a lip balm. So here it is on my lips. It gave me a very, very slight wash of color, kind of like my lips, but better, but it feels really nice on the lips. It's not sticky. It feels really hydrating. Yeah, I like this for sure as a lip balm. I always keep balms or glosses that don't have a lot of color, just something neutral and something just to give my lips some hydration. So I'm excited about this. This is definitely something I will use. And like I said, it feels really good on the lips. Again, that nice slight wash of color. I'm going to wipe it off before we test this NYX Duck Plump thing. I'm nervous about it. Okay, here we go. So mine is in the shade Clear. I'm really nervous. Doesn't have a scent really. Feels good. Feels good on the lips. It's not sticky. No, it's not sticky. Does it have a scent? Really, no. No scent. Okay, I'm gonna let this sit for just a couple of minutes and see if we get that burning sensation that lip plumpers typically give. Okay, it has been a few minutes, 2-3 minutes. It definitely is spicy, but it's not unbearable at all. If you've ever used the Too Faced lip injection, that stuff is unbearable. It burns so bad you can't even handle it. This does not feel that way. It's definitely tingly. It definitely has a slight burn, I guess burn using loosely. It doesn't feel bad on the lips, honestly. And it's giving my lips a little bit of juice, a little bit of plump. Okay, this is not bad. This is not bad. I'm glad because I would like to continue to use this. And even if you put it over a lip balm, liquid lipstick or satin lipstick, that would give a nice gloss and that plumping, but definitely not bad. Thank goodness. I actually just came home from the gym, so let me brush out my hair. I'm just going to put it back into an appropriate ponytail and then I'll be back to close out this testing new makeup. All right, so here is the completed look. I've now had this NYX Duck Plumping Gloss on for about 5 minutes and still it's actually started to dissipate. There's still a little bit of spiciness there, but it's dissipated a lot. I feel like it definitely gave my lips a little bit of plump. I actually really like it. I like it more than I thought that I would. In fact, most of today's testing new makeup was really good. The lip balm, love. The NYX plumping gloss, love. The eyeshadow palette, this is the star of the show. This is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I seriously had no plans of going anywhere today. I have a lot of editing and things to do. I have 3 YouTube channels if you didn't know. So I upload a lot. I have to edit a lot. I'm also a weight loss and nutrition coach, but this eyeshadow palette makes me want to go somewhere because it looks so good and I cannot wait to play with it again. That's how I know that it's a palette that I really love, is if I keep envisioning different looks and wanting to reach for it again. With over 300 eyeshadow palettes, that says a lot about a palette. This is definitely the star of the show. And then last but not least is the ZC Cosmetics contour bronzer. Again, just not the right shade for me. It did set down my cream products really nicely, but it didn't add any warmth. Honestly, I could use this potentially even as just a setting powder if I was tan in the summer, but I am going to go ahead and pass this on. It wasn't not a winner in the testing new makeup. It just isn't right for me. But the other 3 products, obsessed. So this overall was a really good testing new makeup. Really good testing new makeup. Like I said, I will link all the products we tested out today down below for you. All of the other makeup that I'm wearing, that Fenty Beauty highlight, the Kosas blush, everything will be down below, as well as my favorite beauty subscription boxes. Discounts to my favorite indie brands, all of it down below for easy shopping. So that was a successful testing new makeup. Let me know down below, what do you think of my eye look? Are you gonna pick any of these up? Let me know down below, and thank you for watching. Bye.